Asia is one of the most economically dynamic continents of the 21st century. With 120,000 newly urbanized people every day, the cities are becoming crowded. Lack of housing is a spiraling problem. In 3 cities across the region, from Taipei,
反对力量跟声其实是非常大的。
Hong Kong,
佢哋越住越細，越住越貴，同埋亦都係越住越差。
to Ulaanbaatar,
That's something that no humans should ever live in.
the problem is especially acute. Something has to be done. No 2 cities are the same, and each has to come up with its own solutions. All with one single aim: making sure everyone has a decent home.
你一定要公益，我再把我们青民的愤怒打这样子，好不好？
Tsai Quiqing is angry.
保留公益，保留公益，保留公益，保留公益。
A new social housing complex is planned in his neighborhood.
很多人民众跟我一样，就是觉得很愤怒，为什么要这么多的建设塞在这个地方？台北市很难得有这么大的空地，它应该做更好的规划。
The proposal shocked him. This old community with 4,000 residents is low-rise, surrounded by green mountains, and it's still near to the city's central commercial district. The new building complex would tower over them, bringing in over 7,000 new residents and 2,000 more vehicles. Tsai and his community are, to say the least, concerned. He immediately sets out to defend it with all means at his disposal.
所以我们应该一个适当的开发，可是公宅这2间8实在太多了。
你也知影，阮这个工程真赶吼，一礼拜7天哦，了阮。
科长，你安尼免讲啊啦，你无迄个诚意，咱免讲啊。
That's the challenge. If social housing is to be built, it has to go somewhere. The city authorities will have to convince Mr. Tsai and the Daren residents that the Guangci project will be a positive asset and good neighbors for the entire community. Just 800 kilometers away, Hong Kong is famous as one of the most exciting cities in the world to live in, and one of the most crowded. The nearly 8,000 high-rise buildings spread across the city make Hong Kong a truly vertical city. However, the famous skyline hides unimaginable housing pressure. This tiny space is Old Wong's entire home.
我一個人過咗好多年啦，由95年啦已經住呢啲地方噶啦，95年住咗22年啦，都係咁樣住。冇錢啊！你想換都冇地方，想唔想冇得換噶啦。嗰個經濟行死咗我哋啊嘛。
For the privilege, Old Wong and other tenants in the subdivided flat each have to pay nearly $250 a month. They live together in this space of less than 100 square meters that is divided into 24 rooms. There's no ventilation, there are fleas and rats, and no quality of life. Half a continent away lies the vast country of Mongolia. Its capital is Ulaanbaatar. a Soviet-built city designed to accommodate 800,000 people. As the country is modernized, many former herders have come to the capital in search of new opportunities, which has doubled its population drastically. Ulaanbaatar therefore begins to expand, but in its own way.
Нөхөр хоёр хүүтэй хамт амьдардаг. Яг энэ газар дээр болохоор 2012 онд нүүжсэн. Тэгшлэг багтаа. Тэгээ 14 оноос хойш тэгшлэл ер нь энэ гэрмээрээ барайл өөр жижиг гэрт байсан. Тэгээ энэ гэрмээрээ бараад тэгээд энд амьдарч байгаа.
Toya and her family are among thousands on the outskirts of the city who have thrown up this typical tent dwelling of the Mongolian nomads, the yurt, or ger, to give it its Mongolian name. The ger districts have grown up organically without any urban planning or infrastructure. There's little water piping, sewage or waste disposal, and they're home to nearly 60% of the city's population.
The ger is meant for movement, and it's actually perfect if you're constantly moving and if you have a nomadic herding lifestyle. But once the ger comes into the city, it actually loses a lot of the advantages as a dwelling.
It's a crisis waiting to happen.